Hi, I'm Steve Finn, and you're at the stage now where you're buying a business and you're either just about to put in an offer or you're in the negotiation stage. From dealing with thousands of people over the years who are buying businesses, we've come up with some really good tips for you to help you be able to manage this so that you get the best outcome for you. And that's what these tips are for. So there's two main messages I suppose I want to be able to get across that I've picked up along the way that can really help you out. And the first one is along the topic of respect. You'll be able to get the best result for you in this negotiation stage if you've got really good respect and you show good respect for all the people that you're dealing with. So your fin broker, your accountant, the bank, and especially the person that you're buying the business off. And I'll cover what I mean by that a little bit further on. And the second thing is to really remember for yourselves the big picture. So sometimes it's a little bit easy to get caught down in the nitty-gritty of trying to, hammer down and get the best price for the business, etc. But you've also got to think, okay, well, I'd like to get the business for, $10 or $20 or $30,000 less, for example. But overall, if it's the business you want, just buy it. Because if you plan to own that business for 10 years, well, that extra, if you work it all out, it's like only an extra couple of $1,000s a year. And if you can see a way to be able to quickly make the business a bit better, etc., and you're going to enjoy it, well, you may as well just grab it and then make up that difference when you own the business overall. And you can make the business hopefully worth a lot more money anyway, so you'll sell it for a gain anyway. So you've got to just think of all those factors, not just getting the best price right now. Because sometimes it's okay to leave some on the table. It's fine. Yeah, that's actually how you get a deal done. And experienced buyers that I've seen, experienced buyers that are buying high ticket items like commercial property, and also from an investment point of view and also businesses, experienced buyers don't mind leaving a little bit of money on the table as opposed to trying to screw someone right down on the price. So that's what I've seen over the years. Now, a couple of things I'll cover here around how you can actually factor in a lot of these things when you get to some of these specific topics during the negotiation. All right, so when it comes to the price, to give you a bit of an indication, generally most businesses generally will sell for between 10% and 5% of the asking price, as a general rule. So if a business is on the market and say it's on the market for $500,000, well, that business is probably going to sell for somewhere between $450 and $475. So when it comes time to negotiating the price that you want, because you know this, you can have that in your mind. It's probably going to go somewhere in that range. So when you're putting your offers in, you'll generally put a starting offer in, and then you might put then a second offer in after they've come back and with a counter offer. And that's generally it. You'll probably be starting, and then they'll have a second, you'll have a counter, and then that's generally that might be it. That might be the last offer. Normally you're not going 3 and 4 and 5 offers, but if that happens, it's not going to work. So have your starting offer, maybe just a little bit below what you're actually comfortable in paying. Put that in first, see what they think of it. You don't want to go way too low that you're going to offend them and they're just going to not want to talk to you at all, because remember, if this is the business you want, well, you want to buy it. You just want to make sure that you get it. That's the first priority. And the second priority is that you get it at the best possible deal for you that they are also happy with. And I'll cover that a little bit further as well. So that's a bit of an idea of how you will manage this negotiation phase here. And I think don't be too worried about where it finishes, because really in the overall scheme of things, as I mentioned before, if you end up, $10,000 or $20,000, $5,000 difference, it's only a few percent, and you just make it up with what you're doing next. Okay, when it comes to the terms and conditions, there's another part of what you're negotiating as part of your deal. These are all the factors here. It's not just the price. It's your terms and conditions. How long do you need for finance? How long do you need for a handover date? What needs to happen with regard to any lease transfers, etc., etc. How long do you need for those? Are there any other factors with partners that might be buying in with you? So there's a lot of things that will form part of the contract of sale that you might also need the vendor, the person that's selling the business, to work in with you on. And that's why if you've got really good respect with the way you're dealing with them and the questions you're asking and how it's working out, there's a greater chance that they'll collaborate with you and let you have these things that you need. Some things they'll need as well. So you've got to keep those in mind. And don't always have it try to go your way. You have to be able to give them some wins as well. So sometimes they might say, look, we need it to be like this. If it's not a deal killer for you, say, okay, just be flexible on it. It's not the end of the world. Some other things that are going to happen here, and this is why you really want to make sure you've got the vendor on side and also your bank and the accountant and your business broker as well, is there's a lot of people who now will help you put this deal together. Now, if they've been dealt with respect along the way and you've always been really good to deal with, you'll find that they'll go the extra mile to help you. And really in the end, remember, the whole goal is that you actually firstly buy the business, because you can see it's going to be a good fit for you long term and what you want to do and the life you want to have. So that's your first goal. So you want to get your team around you and everyone who's involved to be supporting you and help you do it. And when it comes to the handover, as an example, if you haven't got the vendor really on side who wants to help you with that, they can make the handover really hard for you. They can do the bare minimum. So the handover stage, what I'm talking about there, it's largely in that last week before you actually buy the business and the first week as to when you have actually bought it after that. Because what's happening there is you're transferring phones, you're transferring all the internet accounts, all the email stuff, whatever you've got set up digitally, or your banking payments, your suppliers. There's so much that's happening. And if you think about it, they can actually do a lot to help you. A small example. They might have 20 suppliers. Who's suppliers? Yeah, here they all are. You go and contact them yourself. You've got to run around, get all these details, find out who's who, get all the application forms. Whereas if they really want to help you, maybe they could do all that stuff for you and get all the applications form and give them to you easy. Go, here's the things you need. These guys are our top 5 suppliers. These 15 we just buy from occasionally. If you buy all that, get all those forms done, get these top 5 done first. You know, see what I mean? There's so many things that can happen in the handover to make life easy for you. And the other two parts of this is immediate assistance and future assistance. So immediate assistance is things that happen in the first, say, month after you've bought and taken over the business. So that's things like something might go wrong with a key piece of machinery or something. What happens here? Who normally fixes this? What do they normally charge? Can I see the invoices from the past? You know, I don't know. There's a lot of things that can happen here in this that you need immediate assistance with. And if they're willing to help you, because they're on the end of the phone straight away, or they'll come into the business and help you if needed, or they'll email reply to you straight away, it'll save you a lot of stress and maybe a lot of money as well at this point. And that can continue on. I've seen times where a new purchaser of business needs to contact the person who was the previous owner 4, 6, 8, 12 months later, where something major's happened, maybe with a big client or a big piece of equipment like I'm talking about, or a major supplier. So it's really handy to make sure you've got things set up well so that you get along well along the way, and then they'll always support you when you take over that business. Because you're buying the business not only for the money it's made in the past, but you're buying it for the money that it's going to make from the day you take over and the lifestyle it gives you. And the previous owner does have an impact on that until you've probably got it all 100% sorted, which can be like 6 or 12 months down the track. So I hope you've got some really good knowledge here. Now you're in the negotiation stage of buying a business, and I hope we can really help you here at Fin get a great result for yourself.